Now, part A in this financial maths question is something that should be familiar to everybody, right? Converting from a monthly interest rate to an annual interest rate, or converting from an annual to a monthly interest rate. Okay, so you can see that's what's happening here. It's a routine question, usually comes up almost every year. Now, before we just have a look at this, the usual way that these questions are asked is this, where you have the annual interest rate and you're looking for the monthly interest rate. Okay, so this is your formula. It's not in the log tables. It's just something that you really should have learned off, where this is the monthly rate that we're looking for and this is the annual rate which we have. So when you sub in, then you get the 12th root of this, subtract 1 from this, and that's your interest rate, your monthly interest rate. So you go from an annual to a monthly. Okay, but if you look carefully at this question, find correct. We're actually looking for the APR in this case. So just watch out when you're subbing in this case, we actually have the monthly interest rate and we're looking for the annual interest rate. Right, so just watch out for that. It's actually a lot easier just doing this to the power 12, subtract 1, so your annual interest rate is actually 4.282%. Lo and behold, down here then it's the opposite way around, right? We have an APR of 4.5% and we want to convert that to a monthly interest rate. So you're going the opposite direction. So this time we have our value for the annual one and we're looking for R. So to get R on its own there, we get the 12th root of the far side, subtract 1, and that gives us our percentage. Okay, so I skipped a step there, here and here, where I just converted from decimals to percentages, but you get the idea. So there's no point going into too much more detail on these. These are routine questions. If you don't know how to do these, you really, there's no excuse for it, because they come up almost every year. Now, the trick to all of these financial maths questions is just figuring out what type of question is it. Now, as you can see here, it's straightforward. It's clearly a loan question. Right? Now, that's bad news sometimes, because the loans and mortgages formula is usually the hardest formula that we have to deal with, or the hardest or geometric series to deal with. But the good news is that the loan is the only formula that's actually in the log tables. So as soon as you see it's a loan, as long as there's nothing else complicated to do, you straight away know that it's this formula that you're using. Okay, so always when you do it, list out what we're looking for. A in this case, P is the present value of the loan, right, which is 80,000. A is the amount that we're looking to repay each month. I is the interest rate, and T is the number of the time that's elapsed. Okay, now in this case, T is 120 because it's 10 years, and we're doing it every month. It's compounding monthly, so that's why T is 120. Okay, so solve into the formula and just be very careful about using this formula. You could technically type it all into the calculator and get it all out at once, but I'd suggest doing it bit by bit, and you get your answer of that. Okay, and that's that per month to the nearest euro, and that's it.